You know, it's far too often that people are able to say stupid or inaccurate shit on the internet without getting called out on it. And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that people don't conduct their own research, or they just want to believe what they want to believe, or they might not be a huge fan of a person, and somebody tweets something calling that person out. It might be completely false, but they'll be like, haha, good tweet, I'll like that. And I'm sure you guys know how it goes on the internet. People are wrong all the time. Don't get called out on it. Don't care that they're wrong. Or they are just that stupid that they don't realize they're wrong. But anyways, the point of this video today is to go through a few replies I got on a tweet I put out the other day. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, the other day or 2 days ago, I put out a tweet, and basically I took the section from 343's Halo Infinite multiplayer overview video, their Vidoc type of video. I took the part where Quinn Del Hoyo was talking about how in Halo Infinite you will be able to pick up camo and overshield power-ups, and you can choose when you want to use them. If a player has one of those power-ups and they die before they use it, they drop the power-up on the ground and another player can pick it up.
For this title, what we're looking at, what we're excited for, is you pick that up and you choose when you activate it. It goes into your inventory. If you haven't used it and someone kills you in multiplayer, you drop that overshield and then they could take it, use it for themselves. That to me is very legacy, but we took the equipment. That to me is very legacy. That to me is very legacy. That to me is very legacy. That to me is very legacy.
What the fuck?
So in the video, right after Quinn gets done explaining that, he says, to me that is very legacy. So I took that part from the Halo multiplayer overview video, and after Quinn Del Hoyo says that to me is very legacy, I then showed clips of a player picking up overshield in Halo 1, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo Reach, showing that in Legacy Halo, it picks up the power up and it uses it instantly when you touch it. So basically, Quinn is talking about how in Halo Infinite, a player can pick up active camo or overshield, and they get to choose when they want to use it. If they don't use it and they die, another player can pick that power up. They can pick up that power up and use it for themselves. And then I show the clips of Halo 1 through Reach, how when a player touches the overshield, touches that power up, it uses it instantly. So basically implying that it is not legacy like Quinn said. I captioned my tweet by saying, the most legacy thing I've ever seen. Now, to be honest, the whole reason I tweeted this out is because I thought it sounded silly. That's really it. This wasn't malicious. I really just thought, I mean, this wasn't even about me, this wasn't even about my opinions on being able to pick up and choose when you want to use power-ups in Halo Infinite. That's not what this tweet was about. This wasn't a, oh my god, this is so stupid, I can't believe they're doing this kind of tweet. Even though I am not sure how I feel about this right now. We gotta see exactly how everything works. No, I tweeted this out because I thought it sounded silly. I thought he's talking about picking up power-ups, choosing when you want to use the camo and overshield. If you don't use it, you drop it and other people can pick it up. And then he says, to me that is very legacy. But that's anything but legacy. That's not legacy at all. That's not how it was in the Legacy Halo games or in any of the Halo games. So I thought it just sounded silly, and that's why I tweeted that out. Now, a lot of people just watched that clip, went ha ha ha, and moved on. But there's some people who said some pretty stupid shit, and we're gonna take a look at that now. So first off, let's start with this clown, Shitty Halo Takes. You may have seen this dude on Twitter before, but for those of you who don't know, basically this guy, he has a Twitter account called Shitty Halo Takes, and he likes to share tweets from other people, mostly people who play Halo, and he shares their tweets if he deems them a shitty take. For the most part, from what I've seen, that's what this dude is all about. But unironically, this guy has many shitty takes of his own. A lot of the time I see a tweet from this dude, it's actually him with the shitty take, and he's just so unaware of it. and it's hilarious and sad. Now, some of you might say, oh, ha ha ha, I'm sure he's never heard that one before. No, he probably has heard that before, and there's a reason for that. He may be too clueless to understand why, but trust me, there is a reason. Like, dude, if you're watching this video, trust me, man, you have some really bad takes. You have said some things that make you sound like a complete idiot who has no idea what's going on. Trust me, you may not see that, and maybe you need to do a little bit of self-reflection, but trust me, dude. Alright, so let's get into this. Shitty Halo Takes, you've replied to my tweet saying, the most bring Halo back thing I've ever seen, cutting the context out to make your points work. Okay, we'll get to the context that people said I cut out of this video in a second. But first off, I am not one to cut out context. I love to give all the context in my videos. Even if it doesn't help the argument I'm making, I will give all the context. I will make arguments against myself in videos. I will bring things up that go against what I'm saying. I like to provide as much context as I can. In a lot of my reply videos where I'm replying to somebody else's video, I will include damn near the entirety of the video I'm replying to within my video, even if that video is pretty long. Some of my videos are very long, probably longer than they need to be, and part of the reason for that is because I want to include all the context, as much context as I can, and sometimes I will repeat that context over and over and over again just to make sure it's clear. So when this dude says the most bring Halo back thing I've ever seen, cutting the context out to make your points work, he basically just outs himself as a retard who has no idea what's going on. And then of course a bunch of people are gonna like it. Oh yeah, good point, dude. Good, yeah, stick it to him, yeah, ha ha ha. And they just really have no idea if that's accurate, and turns out it's not accurate. I am all about the context. That is not what I do at all. Cutting out context to make your points work, like I just said, I will provide additional context that go against the point I'm trying to make. But anyways, just another brain dead tweet from Shitty Halo Takes. I'm not surprised, and I'm sure many of you aren't either, but I just thought I'd share it anyway. So, Shitty Halo Takes mentioned something about me cutting out context, which we're going to get to in a second. Let me just read a couple more tweets. From Stephen Air, that to me is very legacy, but we took the equipment side of it and modernized it. Forgot the whole quote there, bud. Nomad, how about you finish the video before you try clickbaiting people by saying it's not legacy enough? Clayton, nice way of cutting off his sentence. Sierra 107, literally watch the damn Vidoc in context and you'll realize that this man is just starting shit for the sake of starting shit. Starting shit? I thought it was funny. I thought it was silly. Rookie 425, nice edited clip, but even if he did in fact leave it off at that to me is very legacy, I would only argue with the statement for argument and accuracy's sake. This is a nice change of pace. Splitting hairs over wording is just petty and annoying at this point. I ain't splitting hairs? I'm not splitting hairs at all. Again, I just thought it sounded silly. It was funny to me. This wasn't a malicious tweet. But yeah, nice edited clip, bro. I thought it was silly. It was a meme video. Jesus Christ. So the additional context everybody is talking about, the rest of Quinn's sentence was what he said. That to me is very legacy, but we took the equipment side of it and modernized it. Well, first off, why exactly is that even considered modernized? Why is picking up the camo and the overshield and getting to choose when you use it, or you drop it if you don't use it, why does that have to be modernized? Like as if the old system was outdated and didn't work anymore and we needed to modernize it. Now, I think the way power-ups have always worked in Halo would also work in a modern setting as well. I don't think it needs to be modernized. But anyways, the second part of Quinn's sentence, where he says, but we took the equipment side of it and modernized it, honestly, that context doesn't matter here at all. Because he still said, that to me is very legacy. Talking about picking up active camo and overshield and choosing when you want to use it and dropping it if you don't use it and you die. Like, that is not legacy at all. Now, yeah, I'm sure he was talking about what he was saying was legacy was being able to pick them up and choose when you want to use them. I'm pretty sure that's what he was getting at, but still, what he said isn't legacy. In Halo 1 through Reach, when you touch the power-up, it automatically uses it. You can't pick it up and choose when you want to use it. Except for a glitch. There's a glitch in Halo 3 where you can pick up the power-up. You can't choose when you want to use it, but when you die with it, the power-up will spawn on your body. But yeah, Halo 1 through Reach, you touch the power-up and it uses it. Halo 4, you press a button to grab the overshield. Halo 5, you press a button to pick it up as well. You do a short animation and then you jam it in your chest and it uses it. In none of the Halo games do you get to pick up camo or overshield and choose when you want to use it. And if you die with it, you drop it. So that is anything but legacy. That's not legacy at all. You see what I'm saying? He mentioned something very specific. The active camo and the overshield. And what he described with how they work in Infinite is not legacy. Is this a big deal? Is the wording a big deal? No, I just thought it was silly. That's why I tweeted that. And like, to those of you who are saying, oh, but he was talking about it being like equipment. That's why it's legacy, because it's like equipment from Halo 3. That's why it's legacy. Listen, that's like me saying, that's like if Quinn said, we made the assault rifle a 3-round burst in Halo Infinite, and that to me is very legacy. And then if I tweeted out, wait a minute, that's not legacy at all. And then all y'all, or some of you, say to me, no, he's talking about like the BR being a 3-shot burst. So that's why it's legacy, because like the BR was a 3-shot burst in like Legacy Halo. So that's why the assault rifle being a 3-shot burst in Halo Infinite, it's also legacy. That's what you guys are telling me here. No, it's about the equipment, man. You know how like equipment in Halo 3, you could pick it up and choose when you wanted to use it. If you died, you dropped it. That's what he means by legacy, even though he clearly was talking about active camo and overshield, and what he described with them in Infinite is completely different than how they work in every other Halo game. Let's read some more tweets. Alright. Camo and OS were going to be equipment in Halo 3. They are still in campaign as equipment. Them being so in Infinite won't change much at all. Do I even want to entertain this one? Nah, we'll make it quick. Just because something's fine for campaign does not mean it also works well in multiplayer. Shocker, right? And that was a invincibility piece of equipment in the Halo 3 campaign. Yeah, moving on. They are going to bring new stuff. That is cool. Get over it or stick to MCC, but please don't be so annoying. Remember, this is a reply to something I tweeted out because I thought it sounded silly. I captioned it with the most legacy thing I've ever seen, because, you know, what Quinn described, it was not legacy, and he said, to me, that is very legacy. I'm sure, I think he meant, what I think he meant was legacy was, like I said, the act of picking it up and putting it into your inventory and choosing when you want to use it and dropping it when you die. I'm sure that's what he meant. I understand that. I just thought it was silly, and if you really want to break it down, what he described in that multiplayer overview video was not legacy. It's legacy because it treats overshields like bubble shields. Difference before was that wasn't a personal power-up, so I'm curious how it will feel to fight against. Okay, but dude, again, what you just said, it treats overshield, it's legacy because it treats overshields like bubble shields. Okay, with my assault rifle example, that's like saying, ooh, the assault rifle being a 3-round burst, it's legacy because it treats the assault rifle like the battle rifle. That doesn't make much sense. He named something specific. Okay, and it's again, this is not a big deal. It's crazy that I'm even making a video about this, but it's just that I got so many brain dead replies on that tweet, and I just couldn't pass up the opportunity to share this with you guys. Listen, you know what would have worked? If Quinn would have said something like this. If he would have said, in Halo Infinite, we got these new type of power-ups that are placed around the map. One of the power-ups makes you sprint, one allows you to thrust, one allows you to stabilize, another one allows you to ground pound, another one allows you to Spartan charge. And these are power-ups placed on the map. You can pick them up, you can choose when you want to use them. If you don't use them, you die, you drop that power-up, and other players can pick it up for themselves. That to me is very Legacy. And then if I would have gone, wait a minute, that's not Legacy at all. Spartan charge and ground pounds and thrust, that's not Legacy Halo. And then y'all could have said, oh no, what's Legacy about it is there are pickups on the map like equipment or power-ups from Legacy Halo games. That's why it's Legacy. See, if that was the case, then it would have made sense. But he referred to something specific. The overshield and the camo. And he talked about how in Halo Infinite you can pick them up, choose when you want to use them, die, you drop them. That to me is very Legacy. No, that's not Legacy. That is not. Again, not a big deal. I think I know what he meant, and I wasn't even making a big deal out of this. I tweeted it out because I thought it was silly. But then the brain dead comments came rolling in. And so now we're here making a video about it. And you know how this is going to get twisted? Oh my god, I can't believe Bring Halo Back made a whole video about this. You know, he thinks this is such a big deal because the dude said it was Legacy, and it's like, oh my god, you have to find something to bitch about all the time. And then this video might get spread around and without the context of why I made the video. See how that works? So guys, I think we're going to end it there. Again, I just tweeted this out because I thought it was silly. I thought it sounded funny. I mean, I laughed the first time I watched the video and heard him say that because I thought it sounded goofy how he describes how camo and power-up work differently in Infinite and then says that to me is very Legacy.
Multiplayer, you drop that overshield and then they could take it, use it for themselves. That to me is very Legacy, but we took
that is very Legacy? What? That's anything but Legacy. What? That's not Legacy at all.
Like your classic power-ups like the overshield and the active camouflage. For this title, what we're looking...
So that was all. Nothing malicious about it. I don't know how I feel about people being able to, you pick up the power-ups and choose when they want to use them. I think there's like a charge up time or an animation you have to go through before you actually get the power up when you're using it. I don't know how long that time is. I heard that the overshield charges up once you use it. It's not instant, that's what I've heard, but still don't know how I feel about it. People popping out from behind random corners just with overshield on. I could see that maybe being a problem. We'll have to wait and see. That's my attitude. We have to wait and see. But I get called out for hating and bitching, but I'm pretty open to a lot of things. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Silly tweet, brain dead comments. I don't know. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out, everybody.